Hello everyone and welcome to Creation of the Sound. I am Alex. In this video series, I want to explore with you the great book of jazz arranging course written by Mike Tomorrow. I hope we'll have a great time learning new material together. Let's get started. We are going to start with what we actually need to begin this course. A computer with notation software like this, jazz standard books, a MIDI keyboard, extra harmony books if needed. It's also important to set a timeline. Learning timelessly can be ineffective. I'm planning to spend 1 or 2 months on each chapter. The chapter 1 consists of the 5 main sections. First, melodic paraphrase. Second, counter melody. Third, harmonization in 2 to 5 parts. Fourth, close and open voicing. Fifth, accompaniment devices. In this video, we'll focus on the first one, melodic paraphrase. Let's read the definition of melodic paraphrase according to the New Groove Dictionary of the Jazz. The ornamentation of the melody. The paraphrasing of the melody may be no more complex than the introducing of a few ornamental flourishes into otherwise faithful repetition of the original tune. But at most inventive, it may involve a highly imaginative reworking of the melody, which remains recognizable only by its outline or preservation of certain distinctive turns of phrase or figure. The underlying harmonic structure remains essentially unchanged, so that too many be subject to local alteration and embellishment. In simple terms, melodic paraphrase is the transformation of non-jazz-oriented melody into jazz-oriented one. So we begin our work on arranging by converting the jazz tune into jazz-oriented version. That means we need to understand the difference between jazz-oriented and non-jazz-oriented melodies. Jazz-oriented and non-jazz-oriented melodies differ mainly in their use of syncopation and ornamentation. Most American popular songs by composers like Jerome Kern, George Gershwin, Cole Porter, and others were not originally written for jazz musicians. These melodies usually lack syncopation and ornamentation. The tune Billy Boy will be our example. It is composed entirely of whole, half, and quarter notes, no syncopation or ornaments. It serves as a clear contrast to jazz composition. Compare Billy Boy to Barflies, a tune composed for this book. While Billy Boy is rhythmically simple, Barflies is highly syncopated and uses mainly 8 notes. This shows the goal of melodic paraphrase is to take a simple straight melody and inject syncopation or ornamentation, essential for jazz arranging. Melodic paraphrasing can be subtle or dramatic depending on the tune, even when arranging a bebop melody. Paraphrasing can personalize the line. However, too much paraphrasing can obscure the melody. Balance is the key. And while paraphrasing is primarily melodic, the harmonic structure must always be considered. At this point, I will start creating a paraphrase of my melody of my choice and begin arranging it. To guide the paraphrasing process, here are 8 devices to use. First, rhythmic alteration. Second, fragmentation. Third, connecting tones. Fourth, neighbor tones. Fifth, fills. Sixth, articulation. 7, dynamics. 8, ornaments and inflection. The first 2 are rhythmic devices. Number 3 to 5 are melodic. The last 3 focus on nuances. Let's focus on the first device, rhythmic alteration. This is the most important device. It introduces syncopation through the anticipation and delay. In a paraphrased version of Billy Boy, you notice first, rhythmic anticipation and delays in every measure. Second, more anticipation than delays, 19 versus 8. Most shifts are by a half beat. Longer shifts are used sparingly. Many anticipation cross the bar line. Some notes remain unaltered to preserve rhythmic grounding. Not every note should be shifted. Downbeat references help maintain clarity and groove. We'll now look at 2 ineffective paraphrasing examples. One with insufficient alteration, lacks of swing. One with excessive alteration, too confusing, no rhythmic references. The key is balance. The same phrase can be paraphrased in several different valid ways. When working with forms like AABA or ABAC, avoid repeating the paraphrase exactly. Alter each A section to maintain interest. Use a musical sensibility and practice to determine what works. If you're arranging a song originally with lyrics for instruments, don't worry about matching every syllable exactly. Billy Boy originally repeats pitches often. That can become tedious. In one paraphrase we reduce repetition, in another we retain and even add more. It depends on the musical goal. Melodic paraphrase is the foundation of the jazz arranging and should be the first step in the process. I hope you enjoyed this first video about the jazz arranging using the Mike Tamara book. Please subscribe and leave the comment below. See you next time.